Fiemi, Andrew, and let's touch on a few headlines. We begin with the Punch newspaper, and here you would find this: Forex crisis, Labour blames government officials, meets federal government today. Nigerians spend $340.84 million Forex on education in 6 months, CBN. And that's a lot of money, and if we set up our education system properly, that money would have stayed within the country. Explosion rocks Rivers Assembly, armed men take over complex. That is how you would find that headline on the Punch newspaper. I would be getting in touch with Soibi Oruwari once again. You must have heard his response to this on the news. He is currently at the Assembly complex, and I'll be speaking with him now. Let's find out what the situation is, whether or not there are any new updates on the situation, and what the police is saying about what is happening. Meanwhile, still on the Punch, Ondo Assembly not divided as Ayodatiwa's impeachment. Majority Leader, Ondo Assembly not divided on Ayodatiwa's impeachment. Hello, Mr. Soibi. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Tell us exactly where you are now at the moment.
At the moment, I'm at the analysis of the Moscow Road in town. The road very close leading to the House of Assembly complex, now being heavily barricaded by security personnel, not only security personnel, with almost 17 to 18 armored, 17 security vehicles, heavily armed security personnel. At the moment, they've also taken over the houses leading to the Bank Road. Don't forget, the Bank Road houses the River State House of Assembly, the River State Judicial Complex, the Secretariat. With that, workers of River State Secretariat may not be able to access their offices because that road leads to the Secretariat. At the moment, I'm in front of the road leading to the River State Police Command. One of the routes that will lead to that place is also barricaded, blocks. No vehicle is allowed. No human being is allowed. If you are security personnel who is also on duty, before they allow you to enter as a security personnel, you must be on duty. There must be a call from ranking officer to confirm that of a truth this morning you are on duty.
So, what exactly has been established to be the reason for this sudden increase in security presence around the areas and roads leading to the Assembly complex?
Don't forget, yesterday, in the 9 hours of yesterday, we gathered, or evidence showed that the Allo chamber of the River State House of Assembly was destroyed, burned down. Videos have been seen, evidence of pictures have been seen that the Allo chambers where the lawmakers, they get 32 lawmakers seeking to make laws, have been brought down. When I mean brought down, everything about that Allo chamber has been destroyed. Over rumored impeachment saga. Rumored, because I've reached out to the House of Assembly, information of the spokesperson, he has not replied my message. I've reached out to the leader of the House, he has also not replied my message. I've also reached out to the speaker. I've sent him message, he has also not replied. Over this issue that is bringing this type of standstill at the moment in the town houses of Port Harcourt. At the moment, none of the House officers, as principal officers, have been able to establish reasons why the house was burned. But like I said, it's a rumored impeachment saga. I have not confirmed. I cannot say that of the truth. That was the reason why.
And the police as well. And the police as well have not been able to establish any reason for or culprits behind the explosion.
Yes, you know, there is no smoke without fire. there is no smoke without fire. There is the local balance. So there could be an iota of truth. But even from the grapevine, I also gathered that yesterday there are some persons who were loyal to the former governor of Rivers State, seated somewhere, enjoying themselves, celebrating a final takeover of Rivers State from what they perceive to be a one-man dominated politics. They gathered somewhere, where whining, dining that nothing on earth will allow such to happen. That was what somebody told me. He didn't tell me the place, he didn't tell me who and who gathered, but he gathered and said that, men, will not allow this one-man dominated policies to take place. I think that must have also given rise to the incident we are trying to witness. But as the issues unfold, I will continue to update. We'll continue to update our listeners, and you will also be informed. But at the moment, I'm in front of one of the barricaded entrance, trying to wait for allowance, trying to be allowed by the security agency. We are waiting for the DC operation, who will, if you had the permission by the commissioner of police to permit us, we will not enter. We're about 3 or 4, 5 journalists standing and watching what's going on.
Okay, so
vehicles blocked the entrance of the House of Assembly. Almost 17 blocked.
All right, so thank you very much. We'll keep in touch for any updates.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, you heard that from our correspondent live from the gates as it stands. I can't say it in the Assembly complex, but the gate of the Assembly complex. And you heard what the situation is. The roads leading to those areas barricaded, and free movement has been hindered because of the explosion, and what could be behind that explosion has not been established yet, except for the rumors that have been peddled, saying, well, there's some sort of impeachment plan. Would have to wait for the Assembly to verify and the police to also come out and give us an official statement. And also, we need to also know the culprits behind this, whether or not any of them have been apprehended by the police. We'll open the phone lines and get your thoughts quickly. It is 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0003. You can also call 0817-923-0007. Now, either of those lines, if you want to get access to us, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. And then you can also send in WhatsApp messages to 0809-030-6416. And importantly, we are live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH and on X, Nigeria Info PH. So let us start with Daniel. Daniel is calling from Uzwoba. Hello, Daniel. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Yes, I want to comment on the happenings in the assembly. That please, those buildings were built with Rivers State money. If they want to start any issue, they should look for another means instead of starting with destruction. Because those facilities were built with taxpayers' money. So we're up to now, some pensioners have not received their gratuity. They are just paying their pension, but their lump sum have not been received, and they are destroying what other governors built with the money. Therefore, the power struggle, I think the former governor cannot control Abuja and control Rivers State. So for me, I am on the side of Sim. Sim is the new governor of Rivers State, and he remains the new governor of Rivers State. The other person should stay at Abuja and do what he wants to do in Abuja. What is happening in Rivers State is karma. Whatever you sow, you reap.
All right, Daniel, thank you. Well, let's also restate, it has not been confirmed whether or not the battle or whatever might have led to that explosion has anything to do with the power tussle between the former governor and the current governor of Rivers State. Correspondent has said that we have, and there's been no statement officially to confirm that is a reason for the explosion that we woke up to at the Rivers State Assembly complex. Let's just make that very clear. Lugard is in the chair. Good morning.
Yes, Efemi Andrew. Greetings from the chair to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Andrew, wonders shall never end in Rivers State here. First of all, let me thank Similaya Fubara, the governor of Rivers State, for appointing Austin Benchoma as a commissioner for environment. You see, you know me very well, Efemi, that if Austin did not do well, I will condemn him. Austin did well in his ministry. He empowered so many chairpersons. If it is how the commissioners are doing, I won't get a problem with them. But Austin did well. Kudos to the governor for Austin. Yeah, on the issue of a problem that is happening in the state assembly and the governor with a former governor, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, my brother Andrew. I'm using this medium to call on the leaders of Rivers State, elders, to rise up. Because Rivers State cannot be boiling again. It happened when Amici was the governor. They tried to impeach him, and today, Sim is happening to Sim. Please, whoever that is involved, I don't want to call names, should desist from doing this evil act to Rivers people. Sim will continue his government until appeal court said otherwise. So for me, whoever that wants to claim Jagaba of Rivers State should please allow Rivers State to be.
All right, Lugard, thank you.
Rivers people should speak up, rise up, and condemn this evil act.
Let's go to Uche Neche. Uche Ken, good morning.
Yes. So good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. Let me look at Labour to boycott meeting with federal government today. I support Labour if only they will be consistent at this time. Because I'm beginning to see a foul play by the side of the federal government. Is it only when Labour threatens to strike or protest that the federal government will call them on a round table? This is becoming unbecoming. For once, federal government, please sit up. Because this thing may affect everybody, including politicians and civil servants. Then finally, security barricades assembly, Y group warned the former governor of Rivers State against plot to impeach the Rivers State governor, Sasim Fubara.
Hello. I think, Uche, you'd have to call back for whatever reason. Maybe you got interrupted by the service provider. Justice in Omudioga, good morning.
Andrew, my friend, good morning.
Good morning to you, Justice.
Yes, Andrew, I am not happy with the news of fire explosion at the Rivers State House of Assembly complex. Be it the reason. I think that a building should not be affected by any power tussle. Allegedly, I am not correct, but allegedly, it is being said that the explosion was done in order to deprive the impeachment plot against the governor. What does the assembly complex have to do with that power tussle? I want to charge the police this morning to ensure that the perpetrators of this act should be brought to book, and any power tussle should not affect the state. But nobody should keep the state and the state of anarchy and lawlessness. Everybody should go about their normal business. I beg. And Andrew, Omudioga community receives Wele Port Harcourt. Andrew, I was in my village yesterday. Wele Port Harcourt was hosted there. Andrew, the crowd of people that came out in their numbers in Omudioga to receive Wele Port Harcourt was very, very overwhelming. Andrew, you need to see the venue of the event. Wele Port Harcourt could not come out of where he was. He has to address the crowd on top of the car because there was no space for him to come out. I was very happy with what happened yesterday in Omudioga. The organizing of the event was very superb.
All right, Justice, thank you very much. Leighton Barry is in Bori now. Leighton Barry, good morning.
Good morning, Ifeanyi Andrew.
Welcome.
Yeah. Let me look at NLC threatening to boycott today's meeting with federal government. I don't actually understand the bone of contention between federal government and Labour. Because I believe that Labour has already given us information that they reached an agreement. And we were expecting by the end of the month for them to have actually implemented the said minimum wage. And now we are beginning to hear that Labour is not in understanding with the federal government, which I don't really understand what is actually going on. I think there is one style the politicians always use when they don't want to listen to the yearnings and aspirations of the people. They will tend to divert people's attention because they don't want to listen to solve a problem that affects the people directly. They will design a means to attract sympathy to themselves for people not to believe that they have money to solve a problem. And in this kind of situation we find ourselves, I don't think Nigeria will move forward if we continue this way. Then let me look at a plot to impeach Rivers State Governor Sim Pobra and the police barricading the entrance of Rivers State House of Assembly. I think it is time for them to prove to us that they are here for governance and not to fight for how to maybe sharing formula or whatever. However, we have not actually gotten the really bone of contention why there is this plot by Rivers State House of Assembly. And lastly, before I drop, if you hear me, today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
I hope the radio station has something for me today.
Happy birthday. We have happy birthday for you. Long life and prosperity. Let's go to Mufasa from NTA Road. Hello, Mufasa. Good morning.
Yeah, hi, Andrew. Good morning.
Yep, go ahead.
Well, Andrew, let me just quickly say that, your reporter said it's an unconfirmed report, but in any case, I want to say that it is unfortunate and unacceptable for this kind of news to be coming at this time. Now that we have a governor that is focused, a governor that is calculated, a governor that has the mind to develop Rivers State, and this kind of distraction is coming at this time. I want to say that if at all there is any such move, anybody or element that is responsible for this should desist forthwith. This is not the time that Rivers State want to be, having this kind of news and experience. Please and please, let us see how to support this government to move this state forward. This is a governor who has come to redeem this state. He was overwhelmingly voted by Rivers people, and I'm sure Rivers people will not allow any of such plots, if at all there is any, to see the light of the day. Please, I'm begging all those who are responsible, whatever party, if it is sure that any such move is about to take place, they should desist from it. This is a distraction.
All right. Thank you very much, Mufasa.
I am begging in the interest of the state.
Thank you, Mufasa. But now, well, like I said, it has not been confirmed whether that was why we had the explosion. But then I know that in Ondo State there are plans to there have been plans to impeach at different times different lawmakers, both at the national level and different states. It did not warrant destroying the assembly of those states. So why would destroying an assembly be a tool to either stop or plot an impeachment? It would have to be the lawmakers who do this and not the building. So it still would not add up. It's the reason why we have to wait for proper confirmations and understand what is happening. Let's at least hear from the Commissioner of Information, the new commissioner. He has his hands full right now, coming into office and then having to deal with this. You'd have the police also give us a report, and then we would now begin to look at the reports coming from both corners and then decide what exactly is happening. And even the PDP would have to speak, because, the party would also be involved in all of this, because most of the lawmakers are members of the PDP as well. All of these things, but you would still not see how destroying government infrastructure is the way to prevent or plot an impeachment. If I'm saying, not confirming, but just if we're to make even any logical reasoning out of it, But let's wait and see how this plays out. The rumor of impeachment at the State Assembly is coming too early. Just 5 months after swearing in of the governor, all those involved in this should sheath their sword and concentrate on good governance. JB from Woji. Okay, Idai Koro says, whatever is happening, I stand with Sim, the true son of the soil. Wike should leave. No, I don't think Ida sent that message because, yeah, I have to say that. All this disagreement between NLC and federal government is fast becoming unnecessary. I understand what is really difficult for government to implement the agreement reached with organized labor. Christian Williams from Igweche. For Labour, those who do not understand, Labour had said that there was an agreement that was even signed in court and the government would do this and would give them a certain period of time, and they agreed. So now what we're hearing is the Labour saying government doesn't seem to. I spoke with the TUC chairman, if you remember. Government has not implemented any of those. It seemed not to be. And then the 1 month is almost exhausted. It wants to now hold a meeting with Labour, which would mean perhaps give us more time. And if you remember, I had said, could it be the strategy at the end of the day, we would not see anything implemented? How many of us remembered when I had that conversation? You could go check it out on Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook, my conversation with Labour leaders. And when I said, are we going to have a repeat? This smells like what the government always does. Another committee, when it's close to the time, another meeting, buy more time, and then before you know, next year, we still haven't gotten anywhere. Susie's in Erema. Good morning, Susie.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, I want to start by saying that it is kicking the attempt impeachment of Simpobara and the leader of the House. At this time around, it was me to hear look of this and hear that there is an attempt to impeaching the governor, which even your correspondent has said is actually unconfirmed. Let's read unconfirmed because it's going to be very shameful to the extent that this governor has come in and keep the ground running. He is doing what he ought to do and what he knows how to do best. And then the eulogy all along has been that the governor will provide the dividend to democracy according to his blueprint. So for anybody to even plot and make an attempt whatsoever, I am begging the leader of the party, Chief Barrister Enrique, Minister of Federal Territory, and also asking the president of the country to wade into this particular conflict. Conflict is natural in human society and human relationships. But the attempt and the power and the strength to manage it makes you more mature. So we do not need any discordancy or any distortion according to what this governor is supposed to do in Rivers State. Please, I am begging, like Professor has said, that nobody should attempt to impeach this governor, because I have also put in so much energy to make sure that I provide image making for this government. And anybody who is coming in now to say that they want to distort the particular government will hear from me.
Thank you very much. We would also want to get in touch quickly with our correspondent, Onyenkachi, but at the moment it's quite difficult getting a hold of him. We understand that there might be some new development coming in. All right, Onyenkachi, thank you for joining us. Onyenkachi, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, yes, you're live on the newspaper review on the Morning Crossfire. Is there any new development for us with regards to the situation at the Assembly Complex? Any information that you've gotten a hold of?
Andrew, I just a while ago I was at the front of the government house gate where I observed, number of security personnel armed. But the unusual thing there was that they were searching vehicles going in, going out. That doesn't usually happen, especially from the roundabout angle. It happens when you get to the DSS points where the security post is situated. But this time it started happening from a point where close to the roundabout. So that's very unusual. It doesn't usually happen. So, and apart from that, nothing really at the government house gate, the main gate of the government house. But Moscow Road is completely blocked, barricaded, armed security men everywhere around Moscow Road.
Any idea?
You cannot access Moscow Road.
Any idea whether we have a certain level of individuals at the government house? Any idea of meetings being held or what exactly is the situation? Has there been any reports with regards to what could be responsible for the explosion at the assembly complex, or perhaps even those that might be behind it? Has there been any rumor or information swirling around this at the government house?
No rumor. I really cannot confirm anything right now, except for what my eye can see from where I was standing.
All right, Onyekachi.
So,
thank you very much, but we have to wrap it up. We'll keep in touch, of course. Definitely, we know updates will be coming in with regards to this particular issue. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Andrew.
Okay, a commercial comes up next. Afterwards, we take some more messages and a few calls if we have the time. Good morning.